Hi guys, it's Katie with String Expert. Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some opportunities that you might not know about in terms of having a career in the music industry. Now, you all know of the people who have tried and have been very unsuccessful at having a career in music. And unfortunately, these people are just sort of a part of our lives. And one concern that I often get from parents is, how do I help my kid have a career in the music industry that does not require them to continue to live in my basement for years and years to come? And I think that this is a valid and important question to discuss because there are a lot of different careers in the music industry, but most people don't know about them, and so they sort of assume that there aren't very many, when in fact there are a significant number. So let's talk about the obvious ones. Of course, most people think about, in terms of music, they think about being a performing artist and they think about being a teacher. And those two are good careers. Unfortunately, with being a performing artist, it is very, very difficult to get to the top, and it is very expensive. Most people don't understand that, when you see an artist and they've sort of gone viral or whatever, typically they've spent a lot of money and time and resources in order to do that. With music education, it's a great field. I love it. It's what I've had for my career for the past 15 years, and I think it's fantastic. But it's not for everyone. It's a ton of work. It's a lot of time and effort, and anybody who is in education knows that it just requires a lot of different sacrifices. Some other career opportunities, if you don't want to be in education and performing, is just to think about music in terms of a business. What do businesses have? They have lawyers, they have salespeople, they have accountants. Anything that you'd have in any other industry, you'd also have in the music industry. So to give you an example, you could be a studio artist. So what you do is you go and you do recordings for different studios, you do gigs, that type of a thing. There's also tons of technicians who work on the backside of performing arts facilities. So for example, sound people, people who work in media, that type of a thing are really, really important for careers in the music industry. Another thing to consider would be to work in the retail side. So obviously there's a lot of money spent from amateurs to buy great sounding instruments and supplies, and those all need sales, product development, that type of a thing. So you could go into the retail industry. You could also work on coordinating with music schools for your products. There's publishing involved in the music industry, including writing books and instrument books. It's just all in music as opposed to traditional writing. Something else to think about is to go into the mental health field. So a music therapist is somebody who plays music in a therapy setting to help people. And it's used a lot in terms of therapies. Different hospitals will have music therapists who come in with the goal to help alleviate anxiety and mental health problems with people. Something else to consider is, like, in church and religious organizations, they often hire a professional musician to lead worship services. So you're going to have church musicians. Conference centers, that type of a thing, they have technicians in the back who do all kinds of sound equipment and that type of a thing. Technology is always using music, apps, developing sounds for apps, writing music for apps, writing music for, anything. Like, for example, I know of a guy who writes music for cheerleaders, and that's his job. Is he takes songs, he writes them so that cheerleaders can dance to music. There's also lawyers involved in the music industry. There's music managers, so people who work on managing the careers of professional musicians and making sure that they stay on track in terms of their career. There's publishers who work on promoting the artists, getting people excited about what they're doing, spinning stories for the artist, that type of a thing. So there's a lot to consider in terms of music education, but I do hope that you'll spend the time to work very hard at finding the right career that best suits you as a person, because I think that's very, very important. And if you do want to be a performing artist, fine, but take yourself very seriously in terms of this is a business. This isn't something that you just do for fun. You sort of hang out occasionally, work on things. With the music industry, it's a lot of hard work. And it's very, very important that you do that hard work or you won't see great results with your career. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact me. I'd love to help you out. And go to my website, stringexpert.com, if you want more information on this or any other subject matter regarding music.